Good money.
Ola.
Otherwise,
Mfethu mina ngabe nginamanga mfethu. Yazi mina I'm one person that I make sure that I'm happy at all times.
yeah. Good money. Singayisusa, singababolisa labantu.
Oi, welcome to Tso's Football Wisdom. We are live on Omni Audio Africa every Monday and Thursday, 10 o'clock. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and post. The most important one, please subscribe. Sekunjalo, qalile phela Betway Premiership. Nawe ne-MTN 8 wafa kunjalo ke.
Good man. What a weekend it was. Our talking points vandaag. We're going to talk about the MTN 8 semi-finals. Orlando Pirates versus Mamelodi Sundowns, Stellenbosch United versus Stellenbosch FC versus Kukune United. What a weekend filled with action, and I think we're also going to preview the upcoming matches. I know Orlando Pirates are going to play Stellenbosch. It's going to be a very, very challenging one. And then we'll also talk about Bafana. We'll preview all of that. Otherwise, Hotman, Asisuse Street. Orlando Pirates won, Mamelodi Sundowns won. As we saw, Mamelodi Sundowns dominated the first half, created a few chances but could only convert one. Orlando Pirates dominated the second half. They came back, equalized, courtesy of Sibelebele. But if you look at the game overall, Hotman, what did you make of Orlando Pirates' performance and Mamelodi Sundowns?
What a game. I to be really honest, I said Sundowns is going to win 2-1 against Orlando Pirates. Not because I've got maybe some issues with Orlando Pirates or whatever the case may be. No. I was looking at one. They will bring the regular players that they've played last season. I was concerned with the confidence of the players, match fitness of the players. Psychologically, are they ready for a big game like that? That was my concern. That's why I said Sundowns will win the game 2-1. And exactly, it happened the way I predicted to say. Pirates, they will chase the team. And not that maybe I know too much or whatever the case may be. Very big fanele. It has to be. They had to change the team. Because if they went with that team that played against Maruma Kaland, I'm telling you, Sundowns was going to hammer us like nobody's business. But thanks to the management, thanks to the coach, the technical team, and also thanks to the boys that came in. I know some of them that they didn't play the past 3 games. They were out, and now we had to call them a big game. That's why they always say big game for big players. Big games for big players, and they came to the party, and the boys did very well. Yes, it was a very look. Both teams were at the edge of either winning or losing the game. I think a draw, I would say that was a fair result. Because looking at how Sundowns have played, the chances they've created, at some point Sundowns was supposed to be 2-0 up. And it was going to be another different ball game altogether. And again, they came back to the game. You know, Sibelebele scored an equalizing goal. We saw Wanasesi with that header hidden upright. It tells you something. That's why I'm saying both teams, they were at the edge where they'll either be on the winning side or on the losing side. And the draw, I think that was a fair result for both teams. Looking at the chances that they've created, a chance again that Wanasesi, the mistake that Kekana mistrapped that ball. I thought Wanasesi was supposed to take that ball, just go straight into Ronwen Williams and see whether he can put it in the net. And yeah, good goal from Sibelebele. And look, Kabuyelo, Bafana style. It was something sweet because Sundowns, they hardly scored with set pieces, especially corner kicks. They hardly scored with corner kicks. But, Tebogo Mokoena, good header. Good header. And I'm asking myself, in the corner kick, why are we having the zonal marking in the box? Maybe. Yeah, I can have maybe three players that will do zonal marking. But the rest, let's pick man to man. If we have to call everyone, I mean, it's a big game like this. Football is a game of taking risks sometimes. Good goal from Mokoena, and he had also another header in the corner kick that he missed. And I asked myself, you guys, you saw how he scored the first goal. Why also to allow him also to have that free run in that box to header again? And good change from Orlando Pirates, bringing on Sibombule. And I think the game was starting to be more balanced, and Pirates were in the game, especially second half. I think Pirates they did well. They played well. Orlando Pirates, but Sundowns they had their half. I think they were supposed to wrap it on the first half where Matthews had the 1v1. I mean that was a tap in, and I feel sorry also for the boy that in all these crucial games he gets opportunities like that and he just misses. It doesn't start now. I mean, we go back to the Champions League. We go back to the Club World Cup. He had his chances of 1v1 and he missed them. And this is so crucial in all the games that he's playing where he missed those chances. But to be really honest, look, I was so pleased and happy with how Orlando Pirates played because I was very, very worried. That Sundowns will beat Orlando Pirates at home. And for me, look, guys, I'm happy. I don't hate. I love Sundowns. I don't hate Sundowns. I love Sundowns. Sundowns, they are in this level when it comes to football. They are the highest level of football, and they are catching up. The only team that I always say this in the Betway Premiership is Orlando Pirates that can stop Mamelodi Sundowns. There's no other team that will stop Mamelodi Sundowns except Orlando Pirates. And Orlando Pirates, you guys, you put yourself in a position where me myself, Lago's football wisdom, I will say, I'm the fan of that Orlando Pirates. I want that Orlando Pirates to win the league this season. And it starts now. Sundowns is the only team that is stumbling block for Orlando Pirates to win the league. And now on the MTN 8 Wafa, you guys, you've played well. Yes, I know that some will say, no, we are playing at home, expected you to win and all of that. But remember that we've got a new coach and some of our players were not playing the past 3 games and they had to come back. And again, looking at what I'm talking about, that it's very important in terms of our players and the management and the coach, the technical team, to prepare everyone for all the games. Because for me to lose Umbata at that moment, I think Umbata played a very important role in that midfield. And Van Rooyen, to lose him again, it's something else. But I've seen something that the coach and the technical team, they did in terms of bringing back Sibelebele in that right back. And look what it did. He just went in and get a goal. And well done to the both teams. And yeah, man, it was a very exciting first leg of the semi-final.
Godman, let's break the game down a bit. Let's do a full analysis of the game. Orlando Pirates, 1-0 down. They come back second half, make a few changes, and then they cover. The game ends 1-1. But if we are truly being honest, Utito affected Orlando Pirates a lot in attack in Saturday's game. He was holding on to the ball too much. There was a point where he started even showboating, although it wasn't necessary at that time. So the moment they took him off, they introduced Mbuli, they introduced Muremi, and they introduced Ozuna Police. Orlando Pirates started attacking. Bekngana Muntos delay in terms of the balls, and then we even scored a goal. Is it safe to say that Utito needs a bit of a bench hot man?
It's a very sensitive one because when you look at Utito, look, let me put it this way so that everyone will understand. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying it's good for the team. If certain players are playing and the team is winning, and then all of a sudden certain players are not part of me in that setup, then I've got other players that are coming in. And then remember that we still have to know each other. I need to trust you. I need to believe in you, and knowing that you've got my back. And also you knowing that I've got your back. It takes time. I'm not bashing Utito. I'm not bashing the players, Abonduli, Abo Sipumbule, that are coming in, Abo Moremi, Abo Apolis. No. I'm not bashing them. But what I'm saying is that all of them, they need to find it to click as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Because you could see that Tito is not used to, remember, playing against Abo Polokwane City, Abo Skukune Nanan, and other teams, Abo Marumo Kalan. I'm not saying I do undermine them, sorry. I undermine them. But I'm saying that when matters most, when it's tough, when it's really tough, you will need really soldiers, And I think when you come to the game of Mamelodi Sundowns, you need people that believe in them, you trust them, you know that they've got your back and you've got their back. I think that's the only element that it's missing, because it's not only Tito that didn't play well in the game. Even the King Ama 2000 was not in the game. Let's be realistic. Yes. He was not in the game. And that's why I'm saying it goes back to say, how do we do it? How can we do it? How can we make it right? The only way to make it right is to give them time to gel. Once they start to gel, they will understand each other to say, no, Tito is this type of a player. Let's allow him, let's give him that freedom to come wherever he wants, go wherever he wants to go and have the ball. Because when you look at how Nduli played very well. Nduli, I've been talking about this guy for the past two seasons, and finally on the Pirates, they got him. That boy. He doesn't lose the ball. He's always there in front of the defense, protecting the defense, getting the ball from defense, and try to make everyone play in front of him. And that's fantastic. And so that's why I'm saying they need to understand each other. Remember that the previous midfield of Orlando Pirates, they were not used. Utito used to play from the second ball. Let's go back, guys, and analyze his game and how the team was playing before. Utito used to play with the second ball. The ball will come from defense going forward, maybe go kumfukengi or go ngwanasisi. And then Tito will get it lapayana, and then Tito will start to play ahlanganise lapha. So now it's different now. The way Pirates now are playing, we build up from the back, we get to the midfield. Ulonduzana turns in that midfield and makes them play. So you need to start to understand that this is the type of football now that this coach wants to play, and this is the type of the players that we've got now. That you Tito, you Mufukeng, you need to get used to it. So I'm saying all these players, let's give them time. The more they play together, I mean, watch the game against Polokwane City, where we had to Mfukeng with Ulunduzana with uMaswanganye wethu Mbule wethu Nduli. I think that midfield was solid. And I think even now going to the second leg, if he can go with Mufukeng, Maswanganye, Mbule, and Nduli, I'm telling you, it will be something else. But in that question of Tito, no, it's all about understanding each other from the players themselves. Tito, Nduli, Abomuremi, and Mfukeng also, they lack confidence. They lack confidence, and that is something that it's not easy to just regain it as a player. If you lose that confidence, it's not easy to regain it. And I think both Tito and Mfukeng, they lost confidence and they need help.
So, Hotman, going back to the game, we saw Uguti, Sharp, Tito, with the moment they took him off, Orlando Pirates gained momentum and started playing well. But we've been criticizing Owadio a lot for his tactical decisions. Do we now give props for the substitutions that he made, moving Sibelebele to that right back position and then having Muremi play in front of him, introducing Sipho Mbule and bringing Ozwen Apollos as well? Now, there's a bit of flair and he brought a lot of life and character to the game. So what did he get right this time tactically?
No, I think one is, I will say, good changes from the coach and put Mfukeng in that number 10 position and have Apolise there and Muremi there and then Makgopa there. It looks live. Yes, it gives energy. It gives Orlando Pirates supporters something to really talk about, and having Ulontuzana on the right side, Sibelebele coming from that side, it also helped a lot, because I think that's how also the coach wants to play. Because if you can look at the other side of there's Otto, that side can do that. And Otto also, he did wake up also Otto, because I saw him now there trying to put those crosses Otto, and that was fantastic. That was good to see Otto having good deliveries from that left flank. And I think, yes, the change, in this game, doesn't mean that when you made those changes, it means that you can really start with that team. Sometimes, yes, you need a very strong bench. And I think the Pirates, they've got the strong bench after they've made those changes against, on Saturday against Sundowns, and the game turned around. Mufukeng, I started to see Mufukeng having the ball now, trying to have this combination play, and that was good of that. And well done to the coach, well done to the technical team and the management, and also the players to put an effort, because I know it's not easy. It's not easy that the team has been losing the past 3 games, and then again here you're facing the Betway champions, Mamelodi Sundowns. That's not an easy game in that MTN 8 first leg semi-final. And I believe that with time, if the coach can continue to look, you've got the core. Add the spices. You don't have, it's like when you qala uthi uzopheka inyama. Uyayifaka inyama, uyifake namanzi, uyifake lapha ebhodweni. Kuthi lo nyama le ibe ne taste, you need amalontuzana laphana, ufake itswayi, ufake zonke lezi zinto ezimnandi, ama-spice lezo, so that meat is going to be tasty. That's how it is at Pirates. You've got the core. So you just need those spices to add in that team, so that that team is always good to be tasty. But I think with what happened on Saturday, if the coach and the technical team and the management, they can build up from that game on Saturday, I think Paris are going to be something different Saturday. I've got something to tell you before I end the show today.
We can't wait to hear what that is. Grootman, let's talk about the controversial moments from the game. We saw in the opening, Orlando Pirates got a chance, and then Sibelebele was going to score, and then ref called offside.
Yes.
But when we looked at it properly, Sibelebele wasn't offside. And then there was a goal also of Mamelodi Sundowns that wasn't given.
Yeah.
There too, but offside. In Mamelodi Sundowns went to that game in offside trap. I still don't understand how a professional team plays offside trap, especially in SA, because we know as VAR to rescue us. The ref can make a mistake and then it costs you the game. We also saw it's because of the offside trap that Usbelebele was able to take that run and then not destroy and equalize. What did you make of those controversial moments of the game? Bewama offside or just Robene so itula bana so fan?
Yeah, no, I think just a little bit, kancane nje. It's something that we can talk about or we can just let it go. But both, I think, whether you allow both it's a goal or like it's not a goal, because they are similar both. Yeah, both of them, just the offside. And then it's something that really it needs the VAR to draw that line, and then we can see if they're gonna draw that line with the VAR to say it's offside or it's not offside. But nevertheless, look, Sundowns, I don't know why they played that offside trap. I don't know why. They've never played like this. They've never played like this. I don't know why they've played like that. But yeah, man, it's football. Maybe they've analyzed in a different way. They saw Pirates in a different way to say, look, today this is how we're going to approach the game based on the previous games that Pirates were playing. Because I doubted that they didn't plan. They did plan, and whatever plan that they've put in, it was based on the situation that was at hand in that game. So, yeah, both are goals, both are not goals. Both are goals, both are not goals. But yeah, and please let's also guys say to the referee, we had a good game. Well done, referees. We hardly talk about you guys. We only talk when we see things wrong, when all things are bad, when you didn't give Pirates a goal, when you didn't give Sundowns a goal. We talk about you guys. We bash you like nobody's business. But when you do good things, why are we not talking? Well done, guys. You are also human beings. You also make mistakes. I understand. You also make mistakes. And then when you do good, you must also talk about it. And I'm saying now, from this show, those football wisdom, guys, well done. That was a nice game. It was not this stop and go game where yellow card there, no. Yeah, but there was an incident where I think there was supposed to be a red card. There was an incident, and it's just that he's also my boy, and Onyachele also my boy. I always be caught up in the middle in this football thing, especially with these teams, because I love these teams and I love those players that are playing there. And yeah, man, that incident, I think my boy was lucky. Tito was lucky not to get a red card. When he really hit Umukwen in that midfield. He was lucky not to get a red card, because he went straight to him. And the referee, I think, that's why I'm saying you are also a human being. And yeah, you didn't see that. It's okay. It's okay. I'm with you. It's okay. It happens. So, but nevertheless, referee, you had a good game. And the players, I think you've shown quality. You've shown South African football. You've shown the style of play from both teams, that how you guys play. And this is one thing that I always ask in terms of coaches. Good, okay, coach, here's the team. Show us who you are with the type of football that you want the team to play. And I was very pleased, very happy with how the football was displayed. beside the other changes from the other team.
Gortman, let's talk about set piece defending. This was an issue at Orlando Pirates last season. It continues to be an issue again this season. Although, to be quite honest, the goal comes from a casualty. He was too casual. He lost the ball at a very dangerous area, and then Naba attack Mbogazi, defense, go by corner, boom, then we can't defend set pieces. Olisanda is there. He's very good at defending a set piece. Gwenzagalani, Hotman, like, where's Pirates getting it wrong?
Look, I know anyone can concede in set pieces, but it's how you concede. Let's start here first. Yes, I agree. Mfokeng lost the ball. And I believe that we there's one thing that I want everyone to understand. We need to protect our attacking players. He lost the ball because he wanted to do something, wanted to create something. Not that he just lost the ball because he lost the ball. We know that Mfokeng, when he's got the ball, he will want to create something. Tito, when he gets the ball, he will want to create something. We can name them. Sibelebele, he'll want to do something. Wana says, he'll want to do something. But when they lose the ball, let's protect them. Let's cover them. Let's cover them closely. So that when he lose the ball there, at least it is people around there to cover that. That action mustn't go all the way to the goals. I'm not protecting him in terms of losing the ball, but I'm saying let's protect our attacking players, because these are the people that we want them to think for us. We want them to come up with something when there's nothing that we've got in our hands. And these players are so special. So let's protect them, let's cover them. Yes, the mistake happened, and then the ball went to become a corner kick. And then now here's the question. Are you comfortable marking zonal, or should we go 1v1? Some people, they will say, I'm coming with an old mentality of 1v1. Now zonal marking is the best. But the funny part is that zonal marking, the spaces in between. Look at how Umukwena scored that ball. Paris players were marking zonal. And that zonal, that's where there were spaces in between. And that's how Mukwena went to that space and score a goal. But if it was 1v1, I mean man to man, I doubt that he was going to get that run freely into the space and score. Because as you're going to make that run, you can see the spaces in between. And when you make the run based on the spaces in between. And if you run alone in that space, you've got all the chances. If the ball gets there, you head, it's going to be a goal. Look at the second one that he missed. Same run to the very same spaces. So I don't know. I think Pirates technical team, they need to revisit that marking inside the box. Or rather, I will prefer umuntu nomuntu wakhe baba. Run rack. I remember Coach Victor Pondarenko, he used to say that at Pirates, we're going to play a game 11v11, then he will say, today it's a run, a rack. So that means you wherever the man that you are picking, wherever he goes, you go with him. You only mark that person. You don't mark any other one, but you mark that person. So I think Pirates technical team, they must revisit the how they defend those set pieces, because if we can check, if Mkwena again in that free header, he did get a goal, it was going to be something that's going to hurt everyone. Because we saw it the first time he scored, why again second time? So I think they need to revisit that. But I know that there's no time, because I think Pirates are playing on, if not tomorrow, they're playing on Wednesday. So I think there's no time. But one or another, they need to go back to that and revisit and rearrange in terms of how they'll defend the corner kicks. And hopefully, if they can do that, Pirates, something good will come up on that. Yes, I don't know. It's up to the technical team to say Ndai is ready, you can go and play or what. We don't know, because to be honest, I doubt that Ndai is still injured even now. I think Ndai now is okay. But it's up to him again. Because remember, there's an injury that, it happens in your leg. You are injured, and you'll find that now you are healed in the leg, but you're still injured here psychologically. So that's where I think they need to help him so that he can find his feet, because I think he's a very good defender that Orlando Pirates, they also need him.
Khotman, we're spending a lot of time on this game. I think it's the biggest talking point from the weekend.
Yeah.
Given how also everything happened during the match. Miguel Cardoso, I think it's clear to see that he struggles with match reading, number one. He clearly doesn't understand South African football. And he's Mamelodi Sundowns. He's clearly struggling with that. You go to the game, you look at how he shaped his defense. How do you play offside trap at professional level, especially in the PSL? Knowing Gutama side Gangaga, you wanna play offside trap. And then you look at what he did also offensively. Like he didn't strike me as someone that wanted to win the game. It's as if he went there with the intention of a draw. And then Orlando Pirates Vele showed him that, no, we can attack, we can come after you guys, because when Abumbule came in, they dominated the midfield. That's when we won the battle in the midfield. Khotman, Nyabuza Futi, Miguel Cardoso, is he a good fit for Mamelodi Sundowns? Does he know what he's doing? Is he going to bring them that CAF Champions League?
Let me start to answer the last question before I can go to the first question. There's no way he will win Champions League, this guy. I don't see him. I never. Not this way. Look, he's one thing I respect about him is that he's got a lot of experience in this game. He's been around. He's been coach. He is in the highest level of football. CAF Champions League. He went to the final. He knows what I'm going to say now. The best way to defend is to attack. I make this example, I will say, every week. If you take out an attacking player and put a defensive midfield, what are you saying to the opponents? Come to me. Because the person that you put in, he's in your half. So you are inviting another player of the opponents to your half. When the ball is in your half, you've got all your players there. So how many players do you have there? 21 players, you've got them in your half. How do you think you're going to get out on that situation? Let's check. If you guys, you don't understand what I'm talking about, let's look at the changes that he did. Obas, Mokoena, Allende, Adams. Those are central midfielders. So that means when the defense goes back to the edge of the box, the midfielders, they do drop in. Now you're forcing Shalulia to do what? To come in that arc of the center circle. Then when you look at all the Pirates players, where are they? They're in your half. You invited them. When you invite them, one way or another, it will happen. And the other thing that you did, I'm still going to come back to that point. The other thing that you did, and it's the biggest mistake that you did. Why did you change Modiba and put Lunga in that left back position? And look what happened. You've changed Modiba, you've put him as a right wing, you've put Lunga there, and then they've got a goal on the Pirates. With that, now when we analyze now, I'll show you, coach, the mistake that you did. You've got 4 center backs. Those are natural defenders. You've got 4 central midfielders. You've got another defender that you play him as a right wing. So how many defenders do we have in that game now? When it comes at 90 minutes, let's count. 4, 8, plus 1. That's 9. So the only attacking player that we had in the last 5 minutes was Shalulile. Tell me if I'm lying. When you do that, you invited Orlando Pirates. When you look at, one thing that I'll praise the coach of Orlando Pirates is that he did analyze Sundowns very well. And his changes were like, I'm going forward. When he took out Van Rooyen, we were asking ourselves, why is taking Van Rooyen out? But I said to my guys, remember this boy from TS Galaxy? Up and down. He plays like a fullback in that right wing. He can go up and down. And that's what happened. He went there as a right back. And look who scored a goal. It's him. So, Coach Cardoso, I know sometimes, it's tough sometimes, but you need to create some situations where you also force the opponents to think, to say, if these guys, they can come, they're going to score the second goal. Why you didn't put Masego or Tlaku or Mabena? When you make a change of Matthews, put Mabena there. Or if you take out Mshishi was injured, put Litlaku. Or you put Masego there. When you make changes, you can also put Shalulile there. You were going to make Paris to think, to say, yeah, if I'm going to add more people going forward, what if they catch me with the transition? I'm in trouble. Mabena is skillful. He's got speed. He's very smart. He can score. Again, you look at Rena's speed, skillful. He's very smart. He can score. Litlaku, the very same thing. You are going to make Orlando Pirates coach to be very, very worried. But you made it easier for him. That's why when you look at his changes, was more of attacking than worrying. Pirates coach was not worried about you in terms of attacking. No. He was worried about his team in terms of attacking because he can see that, okay, now they've got 4 defenders. Oh, now they've added another defender. Now they took another defender from his natural position to play him wide on the right. So that means he's giving me a license to put my attacking powers. And that's what he did. And it worked for him. So I'm saying, Coach, you know what I'm going to tell you now. And I'm sure you've analyzed the game and you've seen your mistakes. When you were leading 1-0, if you happen that you did put Mabena and Litlaku, I'm telling you, it was going to be a very, 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 very interesting game because Pirates, as much as they want the goal, they will need to be very cautious about Mabena 1v1, about Litlaku 1v1, about Ulontuzan and Urenas making those runs in front of the box. You're going to make all the Pirates worried. Having Mukwena in that midfield, creating chances, Allende was also coming also to the box. You were going to make really Pirates to be worried, but you made it easier for them. So I don't think, if you go like this, second leg, I'll tell you something before the show ends.
Khotman, we can't move on without talking about Tumbogazi. The young man came on, was leading the team. He's the one that created the goal. Personally, I think he was my man of the match. He won almost every challenge against Tureinas. He also was able to stop Arthur Salles. Like, he was just the one. He was just the main man in that defense here, Orlando Pirates. What do you make of his performance against Mamelodi Sundowns, and how far do you see him go this season?
No, the boy is solid. The boy, he just, every time when I watch him, I just remember Oche Mabizela. Solid. He will put you in the bottle and close the bottle. He will put you inside the bottle and close the bottle and put it there. That's how Mbogazi did on Rhinas. That's why they end up, they have to take him out, Renas. And I'm not going to talk about Salis. Salis, there were a moment where I thought, hey, Salis is going to take him on, but woof, that boy was solid, strong, put his body in line with him, being strong. Those legs were very strong, when he put his foot there, you can feel that, yeah, I've got a defender. Look, I'm very pleased with the boy. He's a good reader of the game. He's a man marker. If you say, here's a man, go to him, he will go to you, and very tight. Man marker. And when he gets the ball, he doesn't just kick the ball. He's very smart. You can see that, he's a player that went to some stages of development, that when he's got the ball, he knows how to play. He knows how to open up. He knows when to cover. And look, I think he's one defender that we... I know people don't talk now. No, it's my opinion, guys. It's my opinion. I think we need a defender like him in Bafana Bafana that will help us in that left centre back, because I think on that left centre back, Bafana Bafana, because I've seen that our coach Hugo Cruz, he wants that central defender with a left foot. And here's Coach Hugo Cruz. You've got it. You've asked for it. Now we are giving you as Orlando Pirates. Here's Mbogazi. He did it, shown your best striker in the league. That, look, I'm not scared of you. I can take you at any given time. And look, this boy Mbogazi, he's something else. And he makes Chayine to be the best. And oof. I don't know, should I talk about Chayine? Or should I keep quiet? Jesus. Chayine, you're something else, boy. And I don't know whether people, they see you. I see you. There's games where without you, we'll be in trouble. Even this game of Sundowns, I was like, whoa. Look at the save that you did. The one of Salis, you made that save. Then Renas put a cross for Matthews. Again, I want people, I want to go in this in details. I want people to see this. He made a save. He made a dive to save the ball. The ball went to his left side. He stood up quickly. Those are reflexes. He stood up quickly. Then Renas played the ball across to Matthews. Those steps to move, how quick he was to go to cover in that position where Matthews was supposed to just tap in for the goal. He was there. And then grab it again, make that save. Guys, it's not an easy thing to be a goalkeeper. To save that shot, stand very, very quickly, to go to another side again and going to save again there. That's not an easy thing. And Chayine boy, Jesus, I don't know what to say about you, my boy. But there's one thing that I will tell you is that when we are there, I can sleep. Like, I can sleep the whole night and wake up in the morning. I know nothing will happen. Yes, I'm not saying you're not going to concede. You're a human being. Yes, you will concede like anybody else. Like it happens with that goal, it happens. Even the best keepers in the world, they do concede. But with you, boy, I've got a big trust when you are there to say nothing will happen. And yeah, you and Bogazi, I'm no more worried. Even if when the team, they are taking us, I'm not really worried. I'm just worried when we've got a ball, when we need to. Either we say builder, or we play the transition. That's all that I'm a bit concerned about. But nevertheless, you boys, for the special on Saturday, you made my night. I was so scared. I was so scared of Mario Sundowns, how this team is playing. But Mbogazi, keep out the good work, boy. I'm watching you.
Good man. Evidence Maschupa started for Orlando Pirates. He was exceptional. I think a lot of us wasn't expecting a performance like that from him, but he proved the country wrong. He proved the coach wrong. That, coach, why are you benching me? Yes, it's fine to play Radio Bane, but you can't put me on the bench. I have to play. And he set the standard so high that second half when Radio Bane came on, Radio Bane couldn't match that level. And it's clear to see Guti, the boy is still young. I think there never was an issue up front to go Orlando Pirates. It was just a selection issue. Hotman.
Let me do this so that everyone will understand where I'm coming from, where I'm going. One, yes, well done to Mahopa. He made that defense to work. He made that defense to work in terms of chasing and all of that. But one thing that I would say, I expect more of you inside the box and create chances in there inside the box and try to score. Because now I don't want to talk about, you've got a good work rate and I like your work rate. At some point, I don't like it when it's unnecessary because sometimes you chase where you're not even supposed to chase. Because at some point, I see yourself in that right wing position or on the left wing position. And then that central, there's no one. And the funny part is that when you make that run wide, you get the ball. There's no one inside the box. So that's where I'm a bit confused. Why it has to happen like that? Unless Mahopa, if when you make that run going wide, somebody gets inside the box, then I would say you took a defender out of the position and then somebody went in there and then you put a cross and then we get a goal. I will accept that. But now you go wide getting the ball, you don't even cross because there's no one, then still the ball has to go back. And then for me, it's like you just wasted energy for nothing. And then Radio Pane came in, yes, but can I ask? I don't know. And somebody said to me on in the mall, I was somewhere on the south. He said to me, "Why so are you having this heart?" I said, "Which heart are you talking about?" He said, the good heart that you've got, I've never seen somebody that has got that heart. I said, "Why?" He said, "You cry for this player that he needs some few goals to beat your all-time top goal scorer, but you cry for him to play. Why?" I said, "Look, I don't care. It's not about me. It's about the team. So that boy, when he plays in Mabasa, he scores for the team. The team wins. It's not about me. It's about the team. So I don't have that heart of saying, no, I don't want this boy to beat me, whatever the case. Look, let me put it this way. Only a midfielder will beat me, not a striker. A striker, that's his job, to score goals. Let me put it clear. Then you'll understand. Why I'm only a striker. A striker, that's his job. His job is to score goals. But to beat me, my record, only a midfielder that will beat my record. Another midfielder that can score more goals than me. Then that the midfielder will beat me. A striker, that's his job. A striker's job is to score goals. So if he scores goals, I don't have any problem. I love seeing this boy. And I think that's the only missing link, I would say. Yes, Mahopa does well, he chases, he does what, yes. But when it comes to person that will find inside the box, that you are 100% sure that he can score, Mabasa will score. He will get 2-3 chances, he will score one. So I don't care whether he scores those goals and beat my record. I don't care. The only thing that I'm looking at is that he will score and the team will win. It's all about the team. It's not about me. Yeah.
Godman, Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns aren't the only teams that played. Skukuna United and Stellenbosch, what a match. What a game that was, a very fire game. Staley's proved to us that, look, you can take out how many players you want from us, but we'll come back strong. Devin Titus being the leader of the team, also scoring a goal. What a performance that he gave. Is Kukuna United dominated position? They fairly created chances, but they just couldn't convert. But honestly speaking, could have ended 2-2 if it's Kukuna. We're really serious about the game. What did you make of the match, Khosman?
That's another very interesting game. I watched that game. In our football way back, and some colleagues, they will agree with me. We always believe that white coaches, they can't play the football that us black coaches we can play. But I know those coaches. These two coaches, they're very good. They know how to plan. The type of football that they play, I love it. Coach Steve Barker. Look, I think and I believe that we don't give you the credit that you deserve. I don't think our people in South Africa, they give you the credit. The media, everyone in football. I don't see them giving you the credit, but me and the team, so Villagaz's wisdom, we give you a very, very big credit in your work. I can see your work. Coach, season in, season out, your players are leaving your team. Season in, season out, your players are leaving your team. But you're still standing. Coach, maybe people don't understand. You've played Confederation Cup twice in a row. Same way where your players have been taken. Come end of the season, they take your players. Come end of the season, they take your players. But you play. Last season, you end up in the same final, if I'm not mistaken. Or the Confederation Cup. I don't know whether people, they really watch. I watch football because I love football. Football is my life. I watch football. I watch you coaches. I learn from you. At the other time, I think 2-3 weeks back, when we had a chat, and I've learned a lot from you in terms of coaching and the details of players, the details of the team, the details of the opponents, in the group, as a team, and individually. All those things, I take them very serious. And I use them. I take them, I use them. Yeah. I'm like that. When you do it right, why not? I take it. Then I go and use it. Yeah, I use it. I'm there at Randbeck and Randbeck Football Club in Bolowa Taba as a technical director. I use it there. And I won weekend 2-0. I use what you told me. Yeah, I listen. These ears, they're not just standing for nothing, coach. And also you, Coach Eric Tintler. When we spoke there, you saw. Then Randbeck. When we met there, we spoke. They're not just standing, coach, for nothing. I listen. And I take. When I take those things, then I use those things. That's one thing. I'm that person. That's why I've got this relationship of calling you coaches and talk to you, try to learn about the game. And, you guys, you've shown quality football. That was quality. You've shown South African football. And I see this season, the league this season is going to be very tough. After what I've seen, both of you coaches displaying that football, the players, then the field of play, the creativity, goal scoring chances there. Yes, we miss some, Coach Eric, and Coach Steve Barker managed to get those two. Wow. Yeah, you guys, you completed my night after watching Sundowns and Orlando Pirates earlier on, and then watch you guys after. For me, it was, a very, very blessed Saturday for me in terms of football, and I'm sure everyone is proud. All the South Africans that they've watched the first leg of MTN 8 to Wafa Wafa, they're proud of watching South African football. Both teams, football displayed there. Keep up the good work, coaches. I'll never stop calling you guys and try to suck more. I learn from you guys. And 2-0 up. Yeah, going to the second leg. Well done, Coach Steve Barker.
Khotman, sticking with the game, we saw Stellenbosch rep the game up in the first half.
Yeah.
They converted their chances, and then in the second half, all they had to do was just stay back, defend their 2-0 lead. Skukune tried coming at them, but they still couldn't get it right. According to what you saw, where did Skukune United get it wrong?
Look, even if that game was going to start again, I don't think Skukune we're going to score. It's in football, there's games where you just have to accept it, to say, even if we can start again, we're not going to score tonight. Tonight is like, today is not our day. Today, we Coach Eric and his boys, they did it all. It's just one of those games where, look, we can start again. I don't think they were going to score. They play beautiful football also. They created good chances. But it was one of those games where it couldn't happen. And, there's games where you blame coaches. There's games where you blame players. But in that game, you cannot blame anyone. You can see the influence of the coach. You can see how the players have put an effort in terms of executing what the plan of what the coach asked them to do. And it was just one of those nights. I'm sorry. It's football is like that. And I always say, sometimes a better team lose. Not that I'm saying Steve Barker, Stellenbosch are not a better team. I'm just saying sometimes it does happen that a better team, that the team that plays better than the other one, lose the game. But in this game, both teams, they played very well. They played very, very well. I was so pleased. It's just that it's one of those games where even if after 30 minutes or an hour, they will say, let's start again this game, I don't think Sekhukhune United were going to score a goal.
Is Stellenbosch go into the second leg with an advantage? They play this Saturday. Obviously, Sekhukhune United will be playing from home. Man, do you see them coming back Ngatunya and Sekhukhune United to at least take the game to penalties?
Look, Sekhukhune, I think now because they'll be at home, I think it will favor them. Based on looking at the game, how they've created the chances, I think it is going to be a very interesting one. Where Sekhukhune will score. I don't know whether they will allow Stelis to score, because if Stelis they will score, then that will be that's the end. But I think Sekhukhune can win also 2-0 and take the game to extra time. I think they've got what it takes. They've got players. They've shown us that they can do it. Now they'll be at home. I think to be at home also, it will play a part in terms of them getting those goals.
Orlando Pirates go all the way to Pretoria this weekend for the second leg. It's obviously advantage Mamelodi Sundowns using their away goal rule. It's 1-1. Khotman, what do you see happening this weekend?
I said I'll tell you something before the end. With my height, I'm short. And with the talk, I want to be short like my height. And everyone will be surprised. And that's what I saw. That's what I saw. This is what I saw, and this is what is going to happen on Saturday. Pirates is going to win the game 2-0. That's what I saw. Pirates 2, Mamelodi Sundowns 0. That's what I saw. I saw Mamelodi Sundowns 0, 2 Orlando Pirates. That's what I saw this Saturday.
No, Khotman, we believe you and we hope what you saw comes to life. We have some Betway Premiership action. Midweek games, Kaizer Chiefs take on Richards Bay, Orbit College, Kukune United. Both games playing tomorrow at 7:30. Kaizer Chiefs obviously are motivated. They've won 2 of their opening fixtures. They host Richards Bay. Richards Bay is coming to the FNB Stadium. Your prediction, Khotman, Zokwenzakala?
I think we just saw now. I just have a sip. You know, when I have a sip like this, it must be worried. I'm a for life. You see, people are worried about the MTN wafa. Hey. By the time they open their eyes, who will be on top? Watch the space. Yeah, Chiefs Richards Bay. I've got a soft spot for Richards Bay because my son played there last season, and the relationship I've got with the chairman and the coaches, especially Coach Papi Zotwane, we very close, me and him, and yeah, I've got a very soft spot for them. And then comes a big team. You know, when this team is playing, I think you must watch the space. It will come a point where when Kaizer Chiefs is playing, there's no other team is playing except Amakosi for life. Because it's big. It's big. They're back now. They've won. They've beat the Steelers. 2. So ufuna ukuthini? Uzothini? Right now, masingathi, okay, hey, now there's a disaster, blah, blah, blah. Hey, the league shut down, value league for 2025, 2026. Vala, my shut down. Ubona udlala Champions League. Yeah? Asibhekeni lokho manje, ivuleni check. But manje hey kuzinto enzima hey COVID ihlangane na disaster what hey league yavala manje. Durban City Amakosi for life, they go and play Champions League. We don't know the rest kwenzakalani ngale. But the reality manje njalo. But yeah, it's good that Chiefs are winning, and hope that it's gonna give them that confidence and see where they need to work on. You know, I don't want Amakosi to be confused. To say when they are winning, they think they're playing good football. No, I'm not happy with how they play. I'm not happy with that type of football. But I hope, they need the confidence. And after confidence, then they will fix there and there. When you're winning, it's easy to fix, But when you're losing, you don't know where to fix. Because you can't create, you can't score, you can't play well. You don't know whether you've got the right combination, whether you've got good players. A lot happens, But when you're winning, now you're like, no, okay, I've got this team. I've won with this team. Okay, now they've got confidence. Okay, guys, this is how I want to now to play. This is how we play. We play this build-up, or we play this transition, or we play these long balls. It's easy to put whatever structure or philosophy that you want to put when the team is winning. But when the team is losing, it makes life to be difficult. Very difficult, because you're going to question your goalkeeper, your defense, your midfielders, your wingers, your strikers. You're going to question them. Now you're not sure whether is it the right combination. Do I have right players in the team? Should I go to the shop and buy other players? It's always difficult, really. But yeah, hope the winning is going to give Amakosi more confidence. Yes, I think it's going to be very interesting because Richards Bay, they play good football. They knock around, they play, they build up, they can create chances, they can score, But yeah, my brothers, you know how close we are. But Amakosi, I think they're on the right track. They're just gonna pass by me there, and then I'll give them that 3 points again for tomorrow. Chiefs will win the game. I think they can win that game 2-1. If not 3-1, 2-1. I'm a coach for life.
Your favorite team, Hotman?
That's a big team in South Africa.
There's more games. Orbit College take on Skukune United. Durban City take on Golden Arrows. Chipa United host TS Galaxy. Suelele FC play Polokwane City. And then Wednesday 20th, there's more games.
Yeah.
Orlando Pirates take on Stellenbosch FC. At the Orlando Stadium, Magesi FC host Mamelodi Sundowns. Amazulu host Marumo Gallants. Stellenbosch versus Orlando Pirates. Both teams played well this weekend in the MTN8. I think both teams go into this one motivated. Both coaches are probably ready for this one. But Stellenbosch does give Orlando Pirates a problem. That has to be one of the few teams that Orlando Pirates struggle to win against. Kusasa bayadlala 7:30. What's going to happen there, Hotman?
Yeah, no, Pirates, they just turn the corner now. Unfortunately, the sad part in this is that the both teams, they are in running for the Wafa second leg semi-final. Pirates will be away to Mamelodi Sundowns. Stelis away to Skukune. It's gonna be a very conscious game. Both teams. It depends on the depth of Stelis. I think with Orlando Pirates they can manage to put another good team. They've shown Pirates that they do have a team. They do have good players. So he just need to balance it very well. Coach Wadu. I think Pirates will win the game 1-0 against Stelis. Stelis will be very cautious because I don't see Stelis having a depth like Orlando Pirates because they'll be worried about the second leg semi-final against Skukune. And so Orlando Pirates, they can play the normal players because some of them, for example, Umbata, Abu Van Rooyen, we need them for the weekend and they needed to run, they needed those mileage again in their legs because if you can remember over the weekend, they struggled to finish the game because of the tempo of the game. It tells you in terms of the confidence, the mental, in terms of psychological, they were ready enough, the physical part. So it was a question mark. So I think the coach will bring them back again just to run those mileage again, maybe second half, take them out so that they can be ready for weekend. Pirates will win the game 1-0.
Thank you, Hotman. Mamelodi Sundowns travel all the way to Makisi FC. I think that's in Limpopo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
This is a team that played them in the Carling knockout final last season. And Makisi FC obviously came out victorious, but in the league, it was a different story. Mamelodi Sundowns are a beast in the league, but we can't say that about them in cup competitions. They've proven that in the past years. Lapa Hotman Gonzagalan, Mamelodi Sundowns 3, Makisi 0.
My daughter. Sundowns, they can win the game easily, but Sundowns are worried about Orlando Pirates now. As they're going to play against Makesi, they're very worried about Orlando Pirates, how they've played the second half. And I doubt that Coach Cardoso will put his all guns in that game of Makesi. He will rather have almost the similar players that finished the game against Orlando Pirates to save Abo Matthews, to save Abo Renasi, maybe saving even maybe can give a run to Shalulile and he will save Sales and and save maybe Alende Nomukwen and put Abo Mkulisi and Abo Obas. I think that's what he's going to do. He will want to save those guys for Orlando Pirates because I've seen him. He's one coach that when he's scared, and now it takes time for him to recover when he's scared, So I think he's not gonna play his no, I would say perfect 11. He will change the lineup based on he's worried about Orlando Pirates. But yeah, I see them winning 2-1.
Khotman, while we wait for people to join, so anyone who has a question and wants to ask the question themselves, they can join us and Khotman will answer your question. I think I have a question in closing Khotman.
Yeah.
Miguel Cardoso, is he going to finish this season?
I don't think he's gonna finish the season. I think he's gonna be shocked over the weekend. He's gonna be knocked out of the MTN 8, and he's going to struggle in the league. And again, you still have Abu Kalling, Blake Label, you still have Innet Bank, and you still have to play Champions League, because that is one thing that Marvel Sundowns management, the president and the chairman, and these are the people that I like, and I look at them and they move football in a different direction altogether. Yes, mistakes are always going to be there. They are human beings. They are not perfect. They can make mistakes, but I like how they move the team in that direction of, being the best in Africa. And that is a very, very good thing in terms of driving the ship in that area where Sundowns, they want to dominate Africa. And it's just that there's a missing link that Sundowns, they're missing now for them to conquer the Champions League and to conquer Africa. But I don't think Caruso will still be here come end of the season next year, May.
Khotman, Kaizer Chiefs announced the signing of Uvelepai. I think that's one of their best signings this transfer window, but one good signing doesn't solve the problem in Achurena. But anyways, congratulations to the boy. He's finally going to play for a big team, and he's going to taste what it's like to play for a team of that caliber. How far do you see him going at Kaizer Chiefs?
Firstly, well done to the boy, Velepai, and the young boy did very well upon Cape Town Spurs, and yeah, I just wish him all the best. One thing that I will tell you is that you can play for any team in the PSL, but it's very difficult to play for these three teams in the Betway Premiership. Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, Sundowns. It's very difficult to play for those teams. Not that they're not. They are one of the teams in the Betway Premiership, but they've got their own way. They've got their own life. Kaizer Chiefs, it's another brand. It's a big brand that, when you wear that jersey, it's something. You wear that jersey of Orlando Pirates, it's something. You wear that jersey of Sundowns, it's something. It's not easy to play for those three teams. And we are there at Kaizer Chiefs. I just wish you all the best, my boy. Work hard. This is my advice to you. I don't have any other advice except this one. Whatever you do, people will talk. Whether good or whether bad. But people will talk. Keep working hard. That's it.
I know, Khotman. Okay, Askaga Tolama request a join us, so maybe I'll just read you a few comments as well.
Yeah.
We have a comment from Ofifi Love. This is Gule conversation. It's true, the pressure is too much from big teams, especially when you come from a small team. And then I Gaza I vele by will fit nicely with Chiefs.
Look, sometimes you'll find a very good player going to, let me make an example, going to Kaizer Chiefs. Ne? But you'll find that the surrounding, the support is not good enough. Maybe off the field is not good enough. Maybe in the field, the players that is sharing with, it's not. Because doesn't mean when you're a good player, automatically you'll get to that team and then you'll continue to be passing. It's all about the right combination, right people surrounding you, and then the coaching that you get from the coach, and also helps you to settle with your teammates. So that's why I said I wish him all the best and good luck. Other than that, it's all up to him and the coach.
We have a comment here from Ubaloi Ati. I am a Chiefs fan, but Orlando Pirates will definitely win the league this season.
Look, I agree with you, but they need to work. They will need to work, Orlando Pirates, to win the league. Because when you look, there's two things that I want people to see in this. The Pirates, they don't have, I would say, more quality like Sundowns. They don't have. Ne? But one thing that they do have is that hunger, that fighting spirit, that never die spirit. That's one thing that Pirates they do have. Look at how they did in the second half against Mamelodi Sundowns. Those boys fought in the second half. They fought. They got a goal. They wanted the second goal. You could see the hunger from them. I'm not saying Sundowns, they don't have that hunger. But Sundowns, they are superior players. So individual players, individual brilliance, they can make a difference at any given time. So that's why I'm saying Pirates, they can win the league, but they will have to work. Because Mamelodi Sundowns, they are good. Only the coach will let them down. But other than that, they've got a very, very strong team, Mamelodi Sundowns.
Ubongani Buta at the Pirates won't score in Pretoria. Wait and see.
Pirates won't score. Don't score 2 goals. I said it. That's what I saw. Pirates were going to win the game 2-0. You know what's going to happen? Cardoso, he's scared of Pirates. He will defend. He will want to defend that away goal. Cardoso is going to defend that away goal, thinking that a draw is enough for him. And Pirates will score 2 goals and then win, go to the final. Watch on Saturday. You will call on Monday. I'll be here 10 o'clock Monday. And then please subscribe, Baba. Subscribe, Baba, please.
No, good man. Thank you so much for his katsaka. Thank you, Sengaifal.
Ubongane Benedict Vilakazi bambiza uLittle Napoleon umshika insizwe zishumi mayoda ngekenze lutho yabonga kakhulu woy this is Soul's Football Wisdom. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and post. We are live every Monday and Thursday at Omni Audio Africa. Woy